please silence all cellular devices and electronic devices. If you do have an emergency, please step back into the corridor all the way in the back or outside the building in respect for the program. Once again, greeting everyone and welcome the Brothers of Epsilon Salem, the chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Would like to formally welcome you to our 2022 Political Candidate Clusters Forum. This forum is a part of our ongoing campaign of Vote This People is a Hopeless People to educate, inform, and encourage citizens to vote as well as encourage those who are not registered to vote. We hope over the course of this program you will learn more from candidates varying from local, state, and national offices who are on hand to answer questions and present their platforms. I would also like to reiterate that we do not endorse any of the candidates presenting. On behalf of the Epsilon Salem chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, I currently serve as chapter president. My name is Quincy McKinney, and we'd just like to say thank you for all being here. All candidates are encouraged to exercise their best judgment and show mutual respect. All guests are to show respect for the pundits while they are speaking and presenting, and will continue to move forward with the program. At this time, I would like to ask that Brother Hayward Joyner come and say a prayer for us.
Thank you, Brother President. Let us pray. Gracious Father, as always, we begin this prayer by thanking you for all that you have done for us, all that you are doing for us. And dear God, we realize that you're not finished with us yet. So we thank you already for all that you have in store for us. We thank you, dear God, for this fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated, Epsilon Psi Lambda chapter, and for this national program, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People. Dear God, we thank you for the opportunity that you've given us to live in this country that we call America. Dear God, we thank you that in this country we have the right to vote. And dear God, it is through our votes that we choose those who will lead us. And dear God, we pray now for each of the candidates assembled here this evening. We pray, dear God, that if they are elected, that they will do the work that they are called to do, to your glory and to your honor. We pray your blessings upon us individually and collectively. It is in your mighty and precious name that we give these things and ask these blessings. Amen.
Thank you, Brother Joyner. At this time, we will now have our Vice President, Brother Lamont Dixon, come with important announcements. And following him will be the introduction of the moderator, and the moderator will take the program as follows.
Good evening. I just have a few announcements to go before we get started. If you have not done so already, please sign the guest sign-in sheet by the door before you leave. Also on the table, we have flyers available with tonight's agenda, reporting voting information, and a sample ballot of proposed constitutional amendments that are up for consideration on election day, November the 8th. Early voting starts on October 25th and ends on November 1st. And lastly, there are water and refreshments on the table on the back of the room. And thank you for joining us this evening.
Our moderator tonight is Brother Joseph Martin. Brother Martin retired from the U.S. Marine Corps with 29 years as a colonel. After retirement, he went to work as a chief military officer at Alexandria Mayoral. I'll tell you, he's still at that job now. He's a pastor of Second Union Baptist Church on Old Highway 71. He's the president of the United Missionary Education Association and a lot of other organizations. Him and his wife, Ava, have 4 children. Brother Barton.
Thank you, Brother Benson. Let me reiterate again, on behalf of the Epsilon Psi Lambda chapter of Epsilon Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, it is certainly my pleasure to have each of you candidates to come out here tonight to participate in this political cluster. Let me give you the ground rules that we're going to operate by on tonight. Each candidate will have 2 minutes of opening presentation. And during the question and answering period, each candidate will have 1 minute to answer the questions. I will ask the questions to each candidate. The audience will be asked to refrain from applauding or in any other way demonstrating support or non-support of a candidate. Each candidate will answer the questions each round. I will rotate the order in which the candidates will respond to questions so that each candidate will have the opportunity to be first or last to respond. A timer will be present to indicate to you how much time is remaining for you to for your statement or your response. Timekeeper for tonight is Brother Lamont Dixon. You will raise a green card. The green card will be displayed, indicating that you have 30 seconds remaining. Then he would flash a yellow card, which will be displayed. Will let you know when you have 15 seconds. And then a red card will be displayed for you to conclude your remarks. If you continue beyond your allotted time, the timekeeper will stand up, at which time I will intervene. Finally, each candidate will be given 1 minute for closing remarks after the question. So at this time, I'm going to ask that those candidates for the office of Police Juror District D, would you please take a seat at the front table? Okay, when I call your name, you will walk to the podium, and I will begin the question. First up is going to be Mr. Theodore Fontaine III. Would you walk to the podium and get the mic? You have 2 minutes of opening statements, and after which I will begin asking some questions.
Good evening. I am Theodore Fontaine III. I am currently serving as police jurisdiction and in an appointed position. This was a position held by my father for a number of years. After he passed, I was appointed for his last 2 years of service. So this time, during the voting time, I would have to come in and vote. What I want to do is just continue to serve our community and our city the best that I can. If you don't know, we serve the rural areas of Rapides Parish. Unfortunately, it's not like I have a lot of area. Really, it's just one area in the Pineville section. We need a lot of work over in that area, and I will do my best to try and do whatever we can. Money can't always be an issue, but if we cooperate with each other, hopefully we can get enough votes off of the jury to make things happen in our community. If there's anything that you need, I am always readily available.
Okay, Mr. Fontaine, first question. How can the parish government assist municipalities in dealing with youth violence?
Programming. First, I've always believed and always been taught that from your parents. You learn things from your folks. So at home, things need to change first. As far as finding out what type of programs we can get, again, it always comes down to funding. Unfortunately, things that we've had in our community have closed. The programs over in Pineville, say the Boys and Girls Club, have been underfunded for too many years. And when we did have them working there, the kids were going there properly all the time. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to keep it open. Anything that we can find, anyone who can come in and make a difference, we appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Angelina Line, excuse me, would you please take the podium? Ma'am, you have 2 minutes to give your introductory comments, and then I will ask you the same question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I believe without a vision of community parishes. Good evening. My name is Angelina Baptiste Alves, number 60 on the ballot. The reason I am running is to find a way to improve the condition of District D. As your police jury, I will work with the people of the district. Together we can do this, but we can do it only together. Our district has not had any projects for nearly 30 years or more. We need to help city officials to make improvements on our district sidewalks and roads. Although our primary work in District D is the rural area, but the police jury does serve the city. But there has not been a collaboration between the city and the police jury. In the rural area, much is needed. Sidewalks, covers, need cleaning, and a way to dispose of garbage and trash. These are just a few things. As your police jury representing the rural and the city, we need to work together with different agencies that we can help, such as some of the things we need to do is like homelessness, diminishing property value, because if one piece of property is dilapidated, it's going to take down the value of my property. I have that, and that was proven this summer for me. We need improvements of our school system, crime, substance abuse, and domestic violence. And animals, believe it or not, they're part of our families. And they're running loose. We can do this. As your police jury, these are the 3 things I would like to accomplish. To improve the condition that exists in District D, to restore trust and confidence in our elected officials, and to inform, inspire, and work with further generations. Together we can do this, and let's do this together. Without a vision, the community will perish. If anyone would like to collaborate and discuss how we can address the needs of our community, please feel free to call me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How can the parish government assist municipalities in dealing with youth violence?
I think through funding, because the police jury are not, they cannot police. But with funding programs, I think we can help to get some things done. Because there are programs out there, but we need funding to help to get these programs, done. We need to have, we got to have.
All right, thank you. James Ray, see, would you take the podium? You have 2 minutes of opening presentation, and then I'll ask you the second question.
Good evening. My name is James Ray. Actually, I'm Reverend James E. Ray Sr. I've been a pastor at Wesley Pineville for 28 years and at Boonville Memorial United Methodist Church for 29 years. Of course, during that time, when we graduated, was a Peabody in 1969. I spent most of my life doing construction work, and later on went to Cotton Slavery and became involved with the labor movement. And that was pretty much my profession that I've done as a public service worker. I led Council 17 for the state of Louisiana, over 1,100 members at the time. and was successfully able to negotiate a contract for over 1,100 workers throughout the state during the infamous leadership of Parish. So I come with some experience as far as representation is concerned, and I do have some 3 points I want to be the eyes, ears, and the voice for the people of District D. And I can do that by coming in with a cooperative spirit, working with all of the police, because you need 5 votes to pass any resolutions or anything at all if you want to get anything passed. So you need to come in with a cooperative spirit. As far as that is my attitude. That's the first thing that I want to come in and do with a cooperative spirit.
Okay, let me ask you the same question I asked the other 2 candidates. How can the parish government assist municipalities in dealing with youth violence?
Well, it sort of brings things home to me. I lost a son at the age of 15 by violence. He was killed at 15 years old, so I understand what that means. One of the things that I think we can do is working, first of all, with the parish law enforcement department. Not to step over nobody's boundaries or anything, but I hope to work with other jury members and to assist efforts to curtail the crime and violence in Rapides Parish. It's a difficult thing to do. They say parents, but I believe it takes a village to raise a child. And it's easy to raise a child than to repair a broken man. That's my answer.
Okay, thank you. Ms. House, would you take the podium, please? Ms. House, what do you see as the most pressing needs for infrastructure or capital projects in this parish?
I can honestly say, because of how many alignments I've had, the streets, because we have our streets here are poor, in very poor condition.
Yeah?
That's it, because like I said, I have an alignment every so often, and the streets are really bad condition.
Okay, all right, thank you. Mr. Fontaine, would you take the podium? Same question. What do you see as the most pressing needs for infrastructure or capital projects in the parish?
Not only the streets, but we have a lot of lights and dilapidated buildings in the area. What we need to try and figure out is a simple way to get some of these buildings torn down and removed. Right now, you have to find the owners, give them summons, give them all types of warrants and even fines, but that doesn't seem to be working, and it takes a lot of time. While all that is going on, these buildings continue to get worse. I can speak for this, just on my street alone, there are probably 3 or 4 homes that I would love to get torn down, but again, it takes funding. But a simpler process would also help in that way.
Okay, thank you. Reverend Ray. Same question. What do you see as the most pressing needs for infrastructure or capital projects in this parish?
I think, first of all, we need to take a very close look at why is it that as Louisianians we remain very poor. It is because we permit tax breaks.
Would you please hold the mic up to you?
We permit companies to use our roads, our bridges, our water, our utilities, while we pay all the funds. We have taxed everything, and I think we need to take a close look at when corporations come, how we are to get them to actually help pay the costs to repair roads, bridges, the water, the utilities. As a jury, that is, I believe, what we need to do collectively. We really need to take a close look at that.
Okay, would you remain at the podium? How will you work through the Rapides Parish police jury to attract more businesses to our community?
Well, I think, as with everything, you start with education. We can bring all the companies and all the factories, if you will, but if we are not knowledgeable about what to do, if we're not an educated group of people, as far as employees are concerned, then you're just simply going to see other companies come, and then they'll bring other people with them. We need to start with education and working in networking with the Refuge Parish School Board. I think that being another body, as a police jury, I think we need to network with them, as well as the municipality, the city council. But education is the key to whatever we're going to do. We've got to have a dedicated force.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Fontaine, same question. How will you work through the Rapides Parish Police Bureau to attract more businesses in our community?
I think a technical college is one of those areas that we need to concentrate on big time. You want a company to come in, but you need a workforce for it. So if you're trying to attract a certain company, you need to make sure that we are having a workforce that has gone through some of this training to get them here. After that, you need to promote the city. You need to make sure everyone knows that we do have the infrastructure, the workforce for them to come. Our school system has to be at the top. We want folks to come in and say, hey, our children can get a good education here also. So, working with the technical college, making sure our education system is on point, and of course, promoting our city and what we can offer is a big thing.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Oliver. Same question. How will you work through the Rapides Parish Police Jury to attract more businesses to our community?
I agree with education, but we also need to have a cleaner community. Our infrastructure, our streets need to look a little bit better than what they look like. I mean, we have to have some things that, in my other life, I used to, go from place to place and rent, church's chicken was my thing, we used to set them up. But you have to look at the education, you really have to look at the housing, you have to look at the community, because no one wants to run a family where the school is inadequate and the community where they may be living at is inadequate. You have to have all these things in place.
Okay, Ms. Oliver, would you just stay at the podium? This is going to be the final question. And after you finish answering this question, you have 1 minute to wrap up. Okay? The question is this: what experiences or skills have prepared you to serve as a police jury member?
Well, I have been doing a lot of things. I worked in the school system. I have worked in the community. I have built up the community. I've been doing a lot of work in the community for over 25 years. I have had several projects that I've worked. I have fought to keep a charity hospital open. I know what it takes, and it takes hard work to be a police juror, because they're the governing body of the parish. So I'm prepared to do whatever I need to do to take care of that. And it's a pleasure to have to do it, because I've been doing it for 20-some years already anyway. So I know what it takes.
You have 1 minute, closing remarks.
I am going to say again, without a vision of community parish, without a vision. I have a vision. I've always had a vision for District D, but I've always worked with District D. I've worked with neighborhood groups. I've helped establish neighborhood groups, and I want to be able to continue doing what I have been doing over the last 20-some years after retirement from the school. I've been doing this, I know what it takes, and I know what I need to do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reverend Ray, would you take this stand, please? Same question. What experiences or skills have prepared you to serve as a police jury member?
Well, I think just beginning with the fact that I began my life as a labor representative, people, men, women, often involved their families, and later on I became, well, you pastor in the church, you got to have some leadership. As well as being the state council president of Council 17, over 11 to 1,200 people. Everybody from Central State Hospital, Here Belong, Pinecrest, Angola, correctional facilities, all of that. That was part of my job, and that's what I had to do. Negotiate contracts for them as well.
Okay, you have 1 minute, closing remarks.
As I began earlier, I said I want to be the eyes, the ears, and the voice for the people in District D, but pretty much is a saying in my faith, the world is my parish. But I'm going to keep my eyes open so that I can see the needs for the people. Keep my ears open that I can hear what their cries are, and I want to have an open heart so that I can understand what they're feeling, and for people who are without assistance, and to let me not be afraid to defend the weak because the strong might get angry about it. Nor should I be afraid to defend the poor because the anger of those that are rich. And as well as I would look for directions where I can show love and hope, and offer hope and faith to all of those who are needed, that are in need in those moments. That is my thing, my eyes, my ears, and my voice ever be present.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Fontaine, would you take the podium? Same question. What experiences or skills have prepared you to serve as a police jury member?
First, education-wise, having been to school for business, when I got out, I have managed anything from C-stores to finance companies, attorneys, school administration, and just being out in the public. Sitting in this seat this year has given me a skill set that I didn't have before. This is a learning. You learn on this job, and I've learned how to communicate better with the folks that's on this job. So I think that gives me an advantage at this time.
Okay, you have 1 minute to close the remarks.
I want to be a representative for my area. I'm sitting here as an appointee, and that's fine. To be voted in by your peers is what you want. That's the confidence that you want from the folks in your community. I want to continue to do what was already being done, making sure everyone in our area, in our district, has the best that they can get. And not only in our district, but what's best for the parish. I think I have that skill set. I think I have that mentality. I think I am able to work with others and have the mindset to understand that everything is not going to go your way all the time. You have to have the votes to make it. But just because it doesn't go your way all the time doesn't mean you stop fighting for it. And I will continue to fight for our district.
Okay. Hey, let's give those candidates for police jury district. Let's give them a round of applause as they exit the stage. And then I'm going to ask the school board members in District B, C, F, G, and H, would you please come take a seat at the front table. Okay. Well, this is going to get that name right.
There's one out, sorry about that.
I'm going to ask that, would Mr. John E. Allen, would you take the podium, please? Okay, Mr. Allen, you have 2 minutes to give us your opening presentation, and after which I will ask you a question.
For those of you that don't know, I'm John E. Allen Jr. I'm running for school board because, number one, I would like to see RAPS, the alternative school for disciplines in Rapid Parish, develop a mentoring program that will instill in the kids honesty, obedience, respect, love for others. And the second thing I would like to propose to the school board, if elected, is to have a parenting course. Our kids are having these babies and stuff with no idea of how to raise them. The third thing, anyone attending RAPS will be required to take a trade. When they finish RAPS, if they're not going to go to the Army or to college, they need to have a trade instead of being out there on the streets.
Okay, Mr. Allen, first question I want to ask you is, what do you see as the major issue or issues facing schools in your school district?
I'm afraid I didn't hear you.
What do you see as the major issue or issues facing schools in your school district?
All right, there are several major issues. Our city, Alexandria, is number one per capita in crime. In order to reduce this, we're going to have the school board, civic organizations, and others, law enforcement, and others to work together to reduce this crime. This is why I'm advocating the mentoring course at RAPS. I would probably never live to see the conclusion of the ultimate effect, but I'm hoping that this will start and bring our community closer together.
Okay, you may be seated. I'm going to ask, you may be seated. I'm going to ask that with Ms. Linda Burgess, would you please take the podium? You have 2 minutes to give your opening remarks, then I will ask you the same question.
Good evening. My name is Linda Graham Burgess. I'm running for Rapid Parish School Board Member, District F. I have been in this position for 4 years now. I've been a listening ear to all of the students, parents, teachers, and all other employees and other members of this community. I played a major role in getting rid of the community zone schools. I've assisted successfully in passing the District 62 bond issue. And I brought attention to the maneuvering the different problems that we have in our system. I would like to finish the job, so I'm asking you to give me another 4 years. I would like to continue to be that listening ear. I would like to continue to work toward better facilities, better pay, better programming, and safer schools. I would like to assist in improving paths for those students who are 2 to 3 grade levels behind. I would like to assist in improving early intervention for students with behavior problems. And I would like to assist in developing ways to create a culture in all schools that is inclusive, engaging, and safe for all students.
Okay, same question. I'll just ask Mr. Allen. What do you see as the major role, what do you see as the major issue or issues facing schools in your school district?
I feel that the discipline problems in our schools is very, very bad, very prevalent in our schools. This affects teachers, the environment of the schools, and because of the behavior problems, we're finding that a lot of students are being put out. They're being expelled and suspended. So I have been trying to bring attention to that by trying to find ways in which we can help these children get through these discipline problems, these behavior problems that they're having.
Okay, thank you. We're going to try something a little different. The next speaker is going to be Mr. Keith Brazil. I'm going to ask one of our alpha brothers, would you bring the mic to it and let them sit down. I'm going to try to conserve something.
I can stand right here, is that okay? First of all, I want to thank Brother McKinney and your group for putting this on tonight. It was if we don't have community involvement, then our community is just going to not be what we hope it can be. And I just want to thank you for that. My name is Keith Brazil. I'm running for re-election in District G. I've served on the school board for 12 years. My wife Sheila and I have been married for 39 years, and we raised 3 children in this community. All 3 graduated from Alexandria Senior High, and we're very proud of that. We're proud of the 4 schools that are in District G, which is Macklin, Cherokee, Brain, and Alexandria Senior High. The reason I'm running for school board is a number of things, but first of all, we have a working board at this time. We have a good balance on our board. We have educators on our board, but we also have business people on our board. I'm a businessman. I own a business here in town. Worked here for right at 40 years in this town. And we need a nice balance on our board, and we have that right now. The other reason I'm running is because we've worked over the last 3 or 4 years, and Ms. Burgess alluded to this, the $100 million bond that was passed in the Alexandria proper that we passed this last year. There were promises that this school board made to you for that bond and where that money was going to go to. And I want to run and hopefully be reelected so that those promises, that I can make sure that those promises we made are promises kept for you, the community. Thank you.
Okay, same question that I asked the other 2 candidates. What do you see as the major issue or issues facing schools in your school district?
There are many issues that always are affecting our education system, but one particular is our graduation rate. Our graduation rate over the last 4 or 5 years has started to increase, and it's increasing because of our 3rd grade initiatives. If we cannot get children reading on the level by 3rd grade, their chances of graduating in the system falls significantly. And we started a reading initiative this year that is going to really put these kids on notice that in 3rd grade, we expect them to be reading on a 3rd grade level, or even higher. And that's going to give them an opportunity to be successful, but also graduate high school. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Christoph? Two minutes opening.
Good afternoon. My name is Bill Christoph. I'm a school principal. I'm a teacher. I'm a parent, and I'm a student. And I'm running for the school board because right now we're at one of the most critical times in education. Our teachers are leaving out the classrooms every day. Our students are not reading and performing on grade level like they should. I recognize these problems, and I want to be part of the solution. I'm running for the school board because I think we need more educators making the decisions for education. We cannot talk to teachers about teaching what we have not taught. And with the background that I have, which is I've been a teacher on high school level, a principal on high school level, a teacher on a junior high level, a principal on a junior high level, a college professor, and an adult education instructor. So with those elements, I am overqualified to be a part of the school board. I'm running for school board because I bring a current perspective to the board, and several current perspectives. I bring the perspective of a parent. I currently have a child that's in our system right now in high school. I come from a current perspective as a teacher. I'm an adjunct professor at Alexandria University. I come from a current perspective as a principal. I'm over a military organization that deals with at-risk youth. And I come from the current perspective of a student. I'm currently in school working with my doctorate in education leadership. Folks, I don't have a platform. I have commitments. And my commitments are, I'm committed to teacher recruitment and retention. I'm committed to the social and emotional health of our students and our teachers. I'm committed to academic performance and increasing discipline in our classrooms. And I'm committed for all schools to be fair. Those are my commitments. And I think right now, it's crucial that we have current people with current educational minds to make decisions that's going to affect our schools in the future. Bill Christoph, thank you.
Okay, same question, Mr. Christoph. What do you see as the major issue or issues facing schools in your school district?
It is teacher recruitment and retention. Again, our teachers are leaving every day. We don't have the teachers in the classroom to teach our students. That's why they're not on grade level. And the remedy to that, it's incentive. Right now, New Orleans just proposed a plan for teachers. They're giving qualified teachers up to $85,000 to purchase homes, and up to another $5,000 for closing costs. What does that do? That brings people to our community for incentive. And if you find a home in our parish or our district, you're going to stay for a while. So again, I'm looking forward to the future. You offer incentive, you get good qualified teachers in our classrooms, you get them to stay. You recruit them with incentive, and we retain them being at their line houses, in our community, and they're going to stay with us. I'm looking for teachers that's going to be here 10 to 15 years and beyond. The key to success is to train a successor. And I think that's what we're not doing now. We need to train successors, we need to recruit, and we need to retain.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Paul? You have 2 minutes for opening comments, and then you have your second question.
I'm Coach Wally Paul, and I'm running for the school board for District G. My wife and I have lived here for 48 years. I taught English 7 years at Jones Street for Arthur Smith, my principal, fine educator. I taught 5 years of special ed shop at Bolton, 2 years at Algebra 1 at Ash, and 15 years of adaptive aquatics teaching down simple kids how to swim at Ash. And all told, I retired in 2018 with 43 years of experience. I was a teacher, I was a coach, and I was a principal at Brain for almost 18 years. So I have experience in putting the plans, the policies, and the procedures that the school board hands down into action. And I think I can do the job, and I'm excited about being here and trying to help. Thank you very much.
Okay. Ms. Burgess, would you? This question. How can you assist the school district in partnering with municipalities, civic service organizations, and governmental agencies to combat youth violence in our parish?
It's very important that we do partner with our different agencies in our community. We need to develop programs. In fact, there is a program that I have called Limitless Christian Academy, where we are partnering with the community, and it's a mentoring program where we mentor kids from 6th grade to 12th grade, sending them into post-secondary education. So all we need to do is develop the programs and then get together as a community and work those programs together.
Okay. Mr. Christoph, I want to ask you that same question. How can you assist the school district in partnering with municipalities, civic service organizations, and governmental agencies to combat your youth violence in the parish?
We need to get all of those entities involved. Programs. Every student in the school has some sort of talent. We need to get involved in bands, choirs, athletics, and all types of programs. All of those programs can be implemented in churches, athletics, church choirs, everything. That all ties together. So programs is the key. Every student has a talent. We're just not using it. We need to partner with our organizations, our fraternities, our sororities, and we do need to have mentors. Because I guarantee there's a musician in this room, there's a singer in this room, there's an athlete in this room. We need to use our talent from the community and put it back towards our students. And I think that's the way.
Okay. Mr. Allen, same question. How can you assist the school district in partnering with municipalities, civic service organizations, governmental agencies to combat youth violence in the parish?
Well, I'm one that believes that it takes a community to raise a child. Even though the school board is responsible for the basic education of the children, there are other things that are equally as important as I have previously stated. Honesty, respect, love, home values. This needs to be emphasized. It really does. I believe that the community organizations such as this, one, law enforcement, school board, and other organizations that should join in together to improve the quality of life in our community as such.
Okay. Mr. Fall, same question. How can you assist the school district in partnering with municipalities, civic service organizations, and governmental agencies to combat youth violence in the parish?
I would first agree with Mr. Christoph, we get some more mentoring done at routes. There's a lot going on right now with vaping, and that's the place they need to take a little time to watch the videos and learn more about it and its harmful effects. Also, I'd like to see the city come in with the police and have them come out and visit routes and visit the schools. I think listening from these people will do a lot of service, and they get to see, you know, the other choices that they have that they can make instead of some of that violence that they're doing.
Okay. Mr. Brazil, same question. How can you assist school districts in partnering with municipalities, civic service organizations, governmental agencies to combat youth violence in our parish?
Well, first off, we do work with the different agencies in town, but it's usually after the fact. It's usually after the crime or after the violence. To be proactive in this, there are many different ways of approaching it. Education, I believe, is academics, athletics, and arts. And if you're teaching those different things, you're keeping kids involved in a school. Being in a program, if we just keep putting programs out there that children don't really want to participate in, they're not going to put their full force into it. And so we've got to devise and we've got to come up with programming that the children really get into, and that can be through the arts or through athletics or even through academics. And we've got to continue to move forward with those. Thank you.
Would you hold the mic? Hold on. Why are you running to be a school board representative? If elected, what will be your priorities?
Well, I think I mentioned why I'm running. Also, why I'm running is some of our educational initiatives that we have started. We have 50 credential-based, industry credential-based things right now. So every student's not going to go to college, but we have tracked students through the years of going only to college. And so we have worked with our industry leaders in our community to give those credentials. We also have an associate's degree. If you go to our high school, you have an opportunity to have an associate's degree when you leave our high school, any of our high schools. And so those are important issues for graduating our kids. But at the end of the day, the main thing that I want to accomplish is to get the structures of our schools upgraded with that $100 million bond that was passed. And I want to make sure that all the things that we said we were going to do, we do. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Give the mic to Mr. Christoph, please. Same question. Why are you running to be a school board representative? If elected, what will be your priorities?
My top priority is, again, teacher recruitment and retention. The key to success, and if you're in education, the whole point of education is to make sure our students are successful. We do that by the instructors. We do that by the instructors. We need to have teachers in the classroom, certified teachers, that want to be there, real good teachers with longevity. So I would focus on teacher recruitment. That is the key to success. I am a teacher. I've been in the public system, I've done it on the collegiate level. The teachers are they're our root, they're our primary source. Those are the ones that are going to get the students interested and get them fired up about learning. If you have a good teacher in the room, and we've all had a good teacher at some point, and we remember right now, that you can call the name right now, that made you want to learn, that made you want to come to school, that fired you up just about learning that particular subject, or sport, or instrument. Our teachers are the key, so we need to invest solely in our teachers.
Okay. Ms. Burgess, same question. Why are you running to be a school board representative? If elected, what will be your priorities?
I'd like to finish the work that I started in assisting in improving the facilities. Like Mr. Brazil said, we have gotten that bond issue passed. We know what we promised and what we're looking at. And I'd like to finish to make sure that it's done correctly. The next thing I'd like to do is help increase the pay of the teachers. There are some things that are coming up that we know about that I would like to help because we need to increase the pay of our teachers. And the third thing I would like to help is with the discipline problems in our schools. Too many children are being put out instead of being helped. So I want to stay there. First of all, I'm a listening ear, not only to the students and the parents, but to the community. And I want to continue to be that listening ear. I am very accessible to my community.
Okay. Mr. Fall, same question. Why are you going to be a school board representative? If elected, what will be your priorities?
Number one would be certified teachers in the classroom. Back when we had England Air Base and it closed, a lot of the military wives were teachers and they left it so in a big void for a while. We did a bunch of things back then and it worked for a long time. We put those back in place. My second thought would be school safety. There's 51 doors that open to the outside at Alexandria Senior High. There's 57 that open to the outside of Brain. We need to make sure that all elementary schools have fences, all schools have cameras, and we need to get people that have schools that have 50 or so outside doors need 2 SROs right now. I'd throw them in use like the Bellevue did.
Okay. Mr. Allen, same question. Why are you going to be a school board representative? If elected, what will be your priorities?
I am a strong advocate of the fact that the school board should work with other organizations within the parish as such. I'm a strong advocate that a mentoring program should be installed at the RAPS, the Alternative School for Discipline. And with this, values, human values should be emphasized. Obedience, truthfulness, honesty, respect, and acceptance. And as I have previously mentioned, I believe that these kids should be made to take a parenting course. There's no sense in having all these babies and not knowing how to raise them. The third and the last thing that I would like to see is that each person that attends RAPS will have to take a trade. I thank you.
Okay. Final question. Give the mic to Mr. Fall.
Okay.
After you answer this question, you have 1 minute for closing remarks. What are your views on critical race theory?
Critical race what?
The critical race theory.
Critical race theory. I knew that was gonna come up. I've been reading a little bit about it, and some of the ones that I've read, I think that racism in the country is still going on, and I think we need to have some education to resolve some of this. I don't know of all the curriculum that I've seen in the CRT. One in Loudoun County, Virginia, this kind of thing, I think, would be bad in Rapids Parish, but we do need to teach our children how to get along with people from the other race.
You have 1 minute now for your closing remarks.
Thank you again, Alpha, for having this. It's great. It's necessary. It's good. My wife and I have 4 children. They all finished at public school here at Rapids Parish. 2 of them were valedictorians at 2 different schools. And the other 2 are doctors here in town. Several of you may see them. I feel like I know what it takes to be a successful student. Right now, I'm paying my grandchildren a penny a page to read just for one little throwout. Cost me $27 a kid last month. But I do have a heart for kids. I'm a child-oriented person. I'd like to serve on the school board to put some of this into action. Thank you. Thanks again, Albert.
Okay. Ms. Burgess, same question. What are your views on critical race theory?
I personally believe that we should just teach history as it is, to make sure that we know really the truth. I believe in the truth. So I just feel that we should make sure that our children know the truth.
Okay, you have 1 minute for closing remarks.
My name is Linda Graham Burgess. That Graham means that I have been in the school system for a long, long time. People know me more by Graham than Linda Burgess because I have been educating kids from early childhood all the way to adult. I've seen it all, okay? And I know what we have in store in these classrooms. And these teachers do have a lot of problems in discipline. And I feel that we should concentrate more on the discipline problems so that we can retain the teachers, because the discipline problems are the things that are really sending them out of here, or they are really leaving because of the discipline problems. So I really want to work on that. So give me a chance to do that this next 4 years.
Okay. Mr. Allen, same question. What are your views on critical race theory?
I would like to re-emphasize the fact that the kids at RAP really and truly need to develop human values. And I believe that civic organizations, law enforcement, the school board, the churches, etc., should all join in as a unit to help direct these kids' lives. Can you imagine the effect that a person who has been to prison, recently got out, come and tell a life story, and how they have made a change in life? I think experiences like this would have an impact on the kids. I am a strong advocate of human values. School shouldn't be 1 + 1 = 2. Columbus discovered America in 1492, whatever year it was. Thank you.
Okay, you have 1 minute for closing remarks.
Sir?
You have 1 minute for closing remarks.
Closing remarks.
Well, I would like to be elected to the school board. God has been good to me. As I stand before you, I have been legally declared dead 4 times. And I feel that I should show my appreciation to God, who has been so good to me, by going back to the school board and having programs that will help others. My life's mission is to help others. Those of you that know me know that this is what I love to do. I have the experience to pass everything that I have mentioned to you, so that's not a problem. My biggest problem is getting elected, and I ask each and every one of you that can vote for me, please vote for me. Not that I have anything against my dear friend here, but I have a mission. Thank you.
Mr. Brazil, same question. What are your views on critical race theory? After you answer the question, you have 1 minute to close it.
Thank you. I am not a proponent of critical race theory. I believe that educators and education needs to be taught without any political persuasions given to any of our educators or in our students. Nor should an educator be swaying a student one way or another. I feel like as they get to a higher level of education, that's fine. They can start looking at different areas of knowledge and where their thoughts and things are. But I will say that we continue to educate children, and we don't need to do it with any of our political aspirations or anything included in that. Thank you.
1 minute to close it.
And again, tonight you've heard all the candidates talk about programs and different things that we can do as a school board. There are great ideas. Those ideas have been floated up here. All of them have merit. But I will say, this year's budget on the school board is $400 million. In every 3 to 4 years, we put $1 billion into this community. 88% of that is for salaries and benefits for our employees. We have 3,200 employees, 20,000 plus students. And then you take your non-negotiable stuff like electricity, insurance and stuff like that. We're only talking about 4 to 5% that we're going to be able to spend on these programs. But we do a good job with that 5% that we have. And we've got to continue to look at ways of maneuvering the budget so that it allows us to continue to do these programs. Thank you.
Okay. Christoph, what are your views on critical race theory?
First, education is not teaching students what to think, it's teaching them how to think. So as far as that, we have our different opinions on that. I would urge the students and the teachers to do their own research. Figure out what do you think is true, what do you think is not true. Then come back to the classroom and we have an intelligent discussion on our point of views. This is teaching kids how to debate, how to see other sides and points of view, and we're discussing ideas. That opens up dialogue, and we can learn from each other that way. Now, we didn't live hundreds of years ago. We only know what we're told. But through research and education and communication, we can come up with solutions and understanding about your side, my side, and what we can agree on. So that's my stance. And the Montessori method of teaching is just like that. Not teaching them what to think, it's teaching them how to think and come up with your ideas so we can share our ideas, and I can learn from you, you can learn from me. That's the way we'll come up with the truth.
Okay, you have 1 minute to close the remarks.
Can I come from? Folks, it is time to usher in a new era of leadership. It is time to usher in a new era of leadership. Everything that I do is current, right now. I'm currently in the field of education. I currently have a child who's in the system. I'm on the ground level. I'll be a board member like you've never seen before. How? I'm not coming to the school once a month to take a picture. I'm coming to sit in the band class and play my tuba with the band. I'm coming to play music for the first moment kids. I'm coming to that English class to talk about Greek mythology because I was inspired by that. I'm coming to the schools to be on the ground level. I'm doing it now. I'm not talking about what I've done in the past. I'm talking about what I'm doing right now and what I'm going to do in the future. My whole platform, which I don't have a platform, I have commitments, is current goals for future achievements. And that's what I'm about. Current, right now, and future, what we're going to be. My name is Bill Christoph, number 7 on your ballot.
Okay, let's give all of those candidates for school board a round of applause. We want to thank you all for coming and being a part of this political forum. As they leave, we're going to ask that all of those candidates for mayor, would you please come and take a seat? Okay. Again, good evening, and thank you for coming and being a part of this political cluster. I'm going to ask that Ms. Catherine Davis, would you like to take the podium? I'm going to sit there. You have 2 minutes for your opening comment. If you are going to exit, would you please exit quietly? You have 2 minutes for opening comments, and then I'm going to ask you the first question.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having us. I'm Catherine Davidson. I am currently the president of the Alexandria City Council. I am an attorney, a local attorney here. I previously worked for the city of Alexandria as an assistant city attorney assigned directly to the planning division. I believe that we need to move forward. We need to have action. I believe the biggest problem that Alexandria faces is its declining population and its increasing crime. Those are correlate to each other. If you think you're fine and everything's going great for you, you have 2 candidates to vote for. And if you think that things need to be different and you want to vote for change and you think Alexandria needs to move forward, you have 3 to vote for. I'm one of those 3. I would ask for your support. While on city council, we were able to, with the help of 4 other council members, secure $2 million of raises for the police department, money for recruiting, which was not put in there ever before. And we have consistently asked the administration to address the lack of equipment and cars and things like training the police need. I was also endorsed by the Alexandria Police Union. The first time ever that organization has made an endorsement for my unwavering support of APD. Public safety is the #1 issue. Nothing else can be addressed until such time that we fix that.
Okay. Ms. Davis, the first question I want to ask is that how can the city of Alexandria partner with the Rapides Parish School Board District to reach disconnected youth?
Right, so the city of Alexandria, the city council budget, more than $450,000 in programming is currently in the budget. It fluctuates between different departments of programming. What I think that needs to happen is that we need to really look at those monies and see where they can be better utilized so that people actually avail themselves to those programs. It's one thing to have things spread out and things offered and 2 or 3 people show up. I think the first thing you need to do is communicate with the school board. I mean, that's the #1 issue. We do have programming funds available. We do need to address and work with the school board in order to utilize those funds that really benefit the children and not just serves the purpose and don't really help.
Okay, all right, thank you. Mr. Lorenzo Davis.
First, we big thank this great organization, Alpha Phi Alpha. Men of honor, thank you so much for your thinking and thought allowing this organization to put forth this type of conference to bring about an awareness of the importance of voting. I want to thank all the candidates as well that have participated, because there's been some great informative information that has been given to our community to decide on that candidate. My debate forum team said it's important that the community know me. So I want to introduce myself. I'm Lorenzo Davis Sr., a man of God. God first in everything I do. Nothing I do without praying and asking God for his direction, and I follow. Then I'd like to thank Pastor Martin for being the moderator. Thank you for the job you're doing. And now I could not say thank you enough to my wife, Joyce, that said, baby, do it if God put it for you to do it. I'm not taking any money from any organization. I've used all my own resources to do this work that I intend to do for the city of Alexandria. I am a business owner, small business owner for over 25 years. We have 5 kids, all that have done well in life, graduated from college, and have gone forward in their careers, became very independent. Secondly, I would like to say that in owning the small business that we have, being a church leader, I've given back tremendously to our community in mentoring, giving to the elderly, the youth, to reaching out to community organizations and faith-based groups that need us. So I want to say, as a man of God, God first, elderly, youth, and then improve the lives of everybody in our city is my goal and my commitment.
Okay, you have the same question. How can the city of Alexandria partner with the Rapids Parish School District to reach disconnected youth?
It's a good question, Pastor. Our youth is disconnected. There's no doubt, no question about it. Why is disconnected? Because we have had opportunities as a city government to use the disparity funding and to help faith-based groups and to help organizations to come up and be funded to assist with our youth in our community. We have to reach out and develop an organization that works along with the Rapids Parish School Board to develop programs that allow them to use our resources as well to help mentor, teach, and educate our kids, and also developing the right recreation programs in our city. Give us the ability to do more than just depend on the school and the school board members to assist in raising our kids. Thank you, Pastor.
Okay. Mayor Hall, would you take the floor? You have 2 minutes for opening comments, and then I'll ask you the same.
Sure. I'm Jeff Hall, Mayor currently of City of Alexandria. I'm a product of the educational system of Rapids Parish. Graduated from Peabody High School, also attended Grambling State University, majored in accounting, and was fortunate enough to come back to Alexandria. And the first job was with the City of Alexandria. The accounting department, internal auditing department, and ultimately leaving there and moving on to police jury, legal services, and working with Clico Corporation for 32 years. I retired there in 2013 as senior vice president and had a chance to serve the community, and that's what we are doing. That's what we did. The first time we ran, we did not win, but we did run for state representative, served there for 4 years, and 4 years normally you do 4 sessions, we did 12 sessions in 4 years. So this is my first 4-year service for the City of Alexandria. Proud to do it, looking forward to a re-election to continue serving the community of the City of Alexandria.
Okay. How can the City of Alexandria partner with the Rapids Parish School District to reach disconnected youth?
I think that's an excellent question, because that's exactly what we're doing now. We have a tutoring program that's going very well, and it's free. We are not the subject matter experts for teaching and education. The educators are. School board, those people are. So we have a wonderful relationship with the school board. We have brick and mortar. We don't have subject matter expertise to teach courses like those children need. They know who the kids are, what their needs are, and they know the products that need to be done there. So we have opened up our community centers. We're doing tutoring right now as we speak, and it's going wonderful. We also have other programs that we partner with the school board with recreation and things of that nature. We are coming out of the pandemic. We are coming out of 2 years of freeze as it relates to activities, and we're doing better, which is one of the main reasons why I want to go back for another 4 years to finish those programs and continue working in those programs and expanding them and doing them better. So we're pleased with the tutoring program and the partnership that we have with the school board, and we know it's going to be better as we move forward.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Harris, 2 minutes for your open comment, and then I'll ask you the same question.
Yes, sir. First off, I would like to thank the brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha. First of all, servants of all, we shall transcend all. My name is Harry Hayes. I'm an educator, I'm a veteran, and I'm a mental health professional. When I decided that I was going to ETS out of the military, I said I wasn't going to stop serving. I was just going to be serving my community, and that's what I've been doing ever since. I started a nonprofit, ModCore, which designs mentoring. It helps young kids expand their vision and understand that the world is bigger than just their neighborhood or just their community, that they can find hope if they are willing to put in that education and hard work. Since then, I've always worked with community mental health professional. As a veteran, I worked at our Joint Force Headquarters as a supervisory supply systems analyst. The work included logistics, transportation, making sure our soldiers got deployed to or from, making sure we had the medical supplies that we need, the mental supplies that we need. Whatever our soldiers needed, we made sure that they had. I also had a lot of experience working in our emergency preparedness section, where we worked to put out fires or get our customers, get our people the things that they needed, when they were down or they had a hurricane or any type of environmental disaster came through. What I'm here for is to be a fresh new voice and a new perspective. Most of our candidates have served in some type of way before. This is the time and opportunity for Alexandria to have a new chance. And if you elect me as mayor, I promise you, you're going to get someone that's hardworking, someone that's transparent, someone that's innovative, someone that's a visionary, and someone that's actually going to make decisions with the best interest of Alexandria people in mind.
Okay, same question. How can the city of Alexandria partner with the Rapids Parish School District to reach disconnected youth?
To partner with the Rapids Parish School Board, we actually have to be aggressive in getting out there and do it. Our kids need help. Our kids need help with literacy. We need programs for literacy. We need programs for social emotional learning. We need programs for conflict resolution. We need programs for resilience and emotional intelligence. It's extremely important that we get with our school board and make sure that they have the access and the help that they need, and we help facilitate those programs so that our kids know and understand that we care from a city level. The school board is doing an excellent job, but we have to make sure that we step up our game and help them with everything that they need to be helped. And that's including just anything that our kids need. We could never have enough programs to help our kids find opportunities to make it to the global workforce.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Lorenzo Davis, would you take the floor? What improvements in community outreach need to be made by the Alexandria Police Department?
Would you repeat the question? I couldn't hear you.
What improvements in community outreach need to be made by the Alexandria Police Department?
That's a good question. The Alexandria Police Department, first, we have to go inside the department because in order for community policing to be real, the Alexandria Police Department has to have a unified commission and effort to go in the community and listen to our citizens. Because the people in the citizens, right, the people in the communities, right, just don't feel like the police department is reaching out to them. We give them answers, but it's not enough transparency. We tell them one thing and yet they're seeing another thing. So the community have to believe in the police. And the police department has to be provided with trauma training, mental training. They have to be provided with all the equipment they need. They have to be provided with the right vehicles and the right expertise in order that they can feel confident when they go out into the community and they make commitment and promises. That's what I'm doing. Thank you.
Mayor Hall, same question. What improvements in community outreach need to be made by the Alexandria Police Department?
I think you're correct on the keyword improvements because we're already doing that. Our chief has done that. We've gone out in the community outreach programs and it worked extremely well because people heard what was going on, heard the facts as to what was being shared, heard the trending deal as far as information as to what direction crime was going, but also heard the request from the chief and the subject matter expert as what to be done. That is, you see something, say something. Speak up, say those things, do those things, recognizing that we didn't have the neighborhood group meetings that we once had because of our capacity, but we are moving back in that direction. And as a result, our closure with crime has improved, some of the best in the state, because people actually talk to police officers now. When crime is committed, they talk to them, tell them what's going on, they share information, they share the cameras, they share the recordings. So we're seeing progress, which is why I want to go back in and continue the improvements that we've made thus far. And we feel like we can do much, much more as we move forward, as things begin to get much better, as we move forward with the leadership that we have now. Thank you.
Mr. Hayes, would you address that same question? What improvements in community outreach need to be made by the Alexandria Police Department?
I think when it comes to community outreach, it's actually important that our police officers build relationships with their constituents, with the families that's out in the communities, and with our school systems as well. School systems and colleges. Community policing is extremely important, and in order for us to have that be successful, it's important that the officers that police our communities look like the communities that they represent. And that's how you build those relationships with having officers that can understand the walk of life that kid is going through, and being able to serve as a mentor, being able to serve as a figure that's in the community that officer and that child can kind of both correlate with. As far as the community policing, like that's it. Building togetherness, building relationships, going out with these schools, etc., and actually showing the community they care.
Okay. Ms. Davidson, same question. What improvements in community outreach need to be made by the Alexandria Police Department?
The first thing we need to do is fill the 53 vacant positions, and the way we do that is spend our recruiting money. At the same time, what we need to do is we need to ask for some help from the sheriff so that we can have a bigger pool of officers. Back in the day, when we had 161 positions filled or thereabout, what happens is you have different divisions. You have 9 patrolling units, you have a community policing unit, you have DWI, you have K9, you have sergeants and lieutenants. What we need to do is fill our vacancies so that we were able to put our community policing back in place. And what community policing does is officers are required in their own zones where they're broken down in districts to ride their bikes a certain number of hours a week. That's what used to happen. They're required to log hours of walking. We have to put our police back into our communities, but first, we got to get some police.
Okay. Mr. Hayes, this is the next question. What will you do to recruit and attract qualified law enforcement personnel in Alexandria?
Well, one of the things I would do bonus system as an incentive to look at our 44 voters precincts. And I believe that's a good methodology to recruit officers right here from Alexandria. My second recruitment tool would actually be to create a recruiting department that actually goes to our HBCUs and our surrounding colleges to go and recruit educated young men and women to actually come and join our police ranks.
Okay. Mayor Hall.
Right, first of all, keep in mind that the police profession is one that's not got a lot of capacity. Not a lot of people want to do that right now. We did everything that needs to be done to improve. We were losing police officers at an unbelievable rate. Now that they have a pay raise, have a pay matrix, and have a union contract, we have stopped the bleeding as it relates to police officers actually leaving. It's going the other way around. Our problem was with underpaying people on the beginning end of the profession. We fixed that. We're moving in the right direction with the recruitment at universities and all over, job fairs and doing those things. And we're doing the right thing. It's tough with all police officers, all police forces throughout the nation, recruiting for policemen. We're doing the right thing. We want to continue to do that. And as we move forward, like we're doing with our leadership, filling those vacancies as best we can, we believe we're going to be able to fill those slots as we move forward. But we're doing those things and it's working in the direction that it needs to go as opposed to where it was going. And we're pleased to say we're moving in the right direction. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Lorenzo Davis, same question. What will you do to recruit and attract qualified law enforcement personnel in Alexandria?
Good question. It's not fixed, it's broke. Let's be real, it's a community. Our police department is broke. The morale is down. The amount of police officers are not there, they can't recruit because they can't even say, I would ask my own child to be an Alexandria police. My neighbor, my son, my brother, because the morale is shot. So first of all, we have to be transparent. Bring the officers in and talk to them. Have a meeting where it's just them and you. Sit down and discuss the things that they need, the things that they're concerned about. Recruit, outsource. Don't just stay within our boundaries, but go out to other cities and other universities. Find out what those people are majoring in. Even though they may be majoring in business, some of those people would be interested to be police officers if we had the right programs and incentives. Use our own officers as models and recruiters. Thank you.
Okay, you can just hold the mic. Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Hayes, did you answer that question?
I did.
You did, okay. I thought you did.
Yes, sir.
You gave me a good lead-in for the next question. What is your vision for bringing businesses to Alexandria?
Wow. A math major, school teacher, lawyer, job, not here, lawyer. I've been in corporate America as an industry leader for over 20 years. I've ran my own small business for 25 years. I was in discussion with a gentleman today that's not from Alexandria. He has crews down in Florida working demolition. He said, I tried to come to Alexandria to do work, to offer services to people that can't afford to tear down their blind, condemned homes. Your administration wouldn't even meet with me. He says, as a businessman, Mr. Davis, you've engaged and offered opportunities for all of us throughout your corporate leadership. We've grown in a lot of places because of the things that you have done. So being able to initiate, invite, and bring businesses to our community, or it starts with public safety, but it starts with the right leader that understands the language in order to bring businesses to this community.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm ready,
Mr. Hayes, same question. What is your vision for bringing businesses to Alexandria?
My vision is to really start by stimulating our downtown efforts, actually using Alexandria as that center point to make us a hub for commerce and tourism. I believe that we do that by first revitalizing our downtown. Secondly, we have to open up Alexandria for business, for our young entrepreneurs and our small businesses. We have to remove some of the ordinances that have been in place that have created strongholds and blighted the situation by our entrepreneurs not being able to open businesses. I think this is how we start, and this is how we get Alexandria moving in the right direction. It takes innovation and thinking, but it starts with tourism, and it starts downtown. By revitalizing our downtown and opening up our city for business, especially for our young entrepreneurs, we can create an Alexandria that's strong economically.
Okay. Ms. Davis, same question. What is your vision for bringing businesses to Alexandria?
Well, I think as the mayor, your job is to sell your city. That's what you need to do. And so that means you have to answer your phone, you have to answer emails, and you have to leave your office, and you have to go and sell your city. But it also entails that you have to partner with people. The city of Alexandria has numerous real property assets that are completely underutilized. And so you take that list and you shop those around and you talk to the port, who has numerous ways and numerous funding that can really partner with the city to move some of the property that's out there, add it with property they own, and entice industry to come. There's Louisiana Central, there's a multitude of economic development tools. But what you have to do is you have to engage. RAPC is a great grant writing opportunity, Coxsackie Delta as well. But what you have to do is you have to have a priority list of what you want to do and what businesses you're trying to attract, and then you meet with people who are able to partner with you and to help you do it. But you have to be engaged, and you have to answer your phone, and you have to call people back, basically.
Okay. Mayor Hall, same question. What is your vision for bringing businesses to Alexandria?
Well, first of all, you do have to have the workforce. A workforce that's hireable and can be functional for the various businesses that you're trying to attract that may come here. I think that's been alluded to earlier. And that's taking place. And you have to work with the team, people, not just be tunnel vision for Alexandria, but recognize there may be opportunities for other small towns that's taking place. So work in a partnership, because Procter & Gamble, as it goes, dress industry, even the Pioneer Craft when it was open, 40 to 60% of those people that work there were from Alexandria. So you gotta recognize that the business may not open here, but it could affect wealth gap closing here. So you have to work holistically with all the partners that exist in a positive way and know your market and know what you have. We're moving in that direction. We want to continue to move in that direction because we feel that it's beginning to take place. We're coming out of the COVID, coming out of the situation of the economy. It is a new economy in Central Louisiana. And so we have to understand it, work with it, and get ahead of it and recognize that it takes partnerships and knowledge and a workforce in order to be successful.
Okay. Ms. Davis, next question. How can we use the Red River to attract more economic activities to our area?
Right, we have partners, so you have the port, the executive director of the port is available, Ben Russo. He has a lot of different tools that we can use to attract businesses. He can offer building out the dock for someone. There's the international paper, those types of things. One thing that we can particularly use is to go and ask the Red River Waterway Commission to finally implement some of the River Act, which is a study of downtown that hasn't been done in 16 years. What you have to do is find out what is important, utilize your assets. I think we need to address the properties that sit on the river, and how do we take those properties and how do we really address how can we help people or get people to help us to develop those, specifically downtown, but all down the length of the river. They go all the way down Lower 3rd and out to North Bolton, and there are things that we can do. You have to facilitate it as the mayor, and you have to go and ask for funds, and you have to go and partner with people.
Okay, Mayor Hall, same question. How can we use the Red River to attract more economic activities to our area?
Continue what we're doing right now. The city has invested over $52 million on the riverfront already. over the years before I got there. We found $7 million from the Red River Waterway Commission to do the amphitheater covering top that's going on there that you can see. Construction's going up right now. And do the river walk that we have the funds to move into, which we're going to do. There are other activities going on, but the river and the investments that we've made since we've been there is over $7.5, $8 million that's taking place right now. So we are doing those things that requires development for the river. It is a destination community that we're in. We have a natural resource like a river, like Red River that's right here in our neighborhood. We need to continue to develop it. It's going in the right direction. The dollars are there. We're going to keep moving in that direction. We believe that it's going to take place, and it's happening in a way, at a speed that it should take place. We think with the things that we've seen, with the 4th of July of 2019 and the comeback from the pandemic that we're doing, people want more activities on the river, and we are moving in that direction to make sure that happens.
Okay. Mr. Hayes, same question. How can we use the Red River to attract more economic activities down there?
I think for one, it starts with utilizing our ports, but when I think about the Red River, I start thinking about hydroelectric power and what we can do eventually to get to a place of sustainability, to get down and lower our utility systems. I also think that it will be important to understand that Lower Third Village area along that levee is riverfront property. And if we start investing in that area, we can actually start moving towards making those communities livable and making those communities accessible and bringing some wages and economically benefit in that area. I think that's the way that we use our river through our ports and ultimately utilizing our river for energy. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Larissa Davis, same question.
Thank you. Good question. I was meeting with a group of business people over the last couple of months that told me things about the Red River, not being from Alexandria, coming in 1990. I didn't know that there were a group of business leaders, Pastor Martin, that had designed a whole new demographic for that river, river walk, similarly to San Antonio, Texas, and all the designs and businesses off our river. I didn't have privilege until someone showed me how it looked. And to have the disparity study results, look at it, of all that money to be able to bring entrepreneurs and to invest in minority, black-owned, small, women-owned businesses to help ignite and really change the Red River and how it looks and to change the demographics of downtown as far as revitalization. It looks that way because of past and current administration, and it's not going to change. Now, real leadership is going to change it because I've seen what it can look like, and I know it's going to take action and leadership to make that happen.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, this is going to be your final question. And I'm going to start out with Ms. Davis. Why do you feel that you are the best person for this position? And after you answer that question, you have another minute to do your closing remarks.
I grew up in Alexandria, and I've been waiting for it to reach its potential since I was 9 years old. I grew up behind Brain Junior High, and whenever the extension, where I was into the city limits, I couldn't shoot fireworks that year. My dad was a judge, so we had to stop. And it feels like at 54 that it's kind of stopped, stagnated, and gone backwards. I feel like I'm the best person for the job. I have a lot of experience in city government, both in New Orleans and both here. I feel like that there is a vision, and everyone talks about it. We're the hub, we're the center of the state, all these types of things, but no one has ever actually implemented or moved forward or acted on some very simple things. And I believe I'm the best person for the job of mayor. I'm the only person running that has sat on city council. I know what it takes to get along with the city council. I get along with them right now. You need to communicate, and you have to have a vision, but not only that, you have to have the will to stand up and make that vision happen by action.
Okay, you have 1 minute to do your closing remarks.
I appreciate all of you being here. Sometimes it feels like for us we keep repeating the same things over and over again because the questions are the same. But I want you to know this, I love Alexandria. I love this place. I moved back from New Orleans where, there's tons to do all the time and all those things people talk about. But the thing that Alexandria has is good quality people. Whenever you move into a neighborhood, I do it in mine, people bring you something. You know, they say hello, it's friendly. We have an artist staying with us right now for the Plein Air Festival, and we went down to my friend Tom Spencer's house, who also has one. He's running for the 4th District. And we had gumbo last night with every artist and every house host. And all the artists were like, wow, I mean, you know, like, this is what y'all do on a random Wednesday night. And I think the best thing that I think that I have to offer is I truly, in my heart, love this place and want everyone to feel proud and happy to be a member of this city. And I think I can do that as mayor.
Okay, Ms. Lorenzo Davis, same question. Why do you feel that you're the best person for this position? You have a minute after the meeting closes.
First of all, I want to thank again this fine panel for putting together this program. My corporate experience, my small business experience, I can see what Alexandria can become because I've seen what it was in the past, I've seen what it is now. My experience in leadership with the youth, working over 20 years as a coach, mentor, forming my own mentor organization with the youth where we have been successfully teaching and mentoring kids for 12 years now. None of our kids have really gotten in any trouble. They graduated from college. They're being citizens that are being successful in their career. We're going to form a recreation department that's going to be one of the finest in the country, where we're going to invest in real recreation department, where you have a senior executive board person that runs it, along with recreation directors. We're going to build playground and parks and places.
You have a minute to wrap up.
Okay. Coach Jeff, I said I'll talk about recreation because I've spent most of my life mentoring, coaching, giving back to the kids in the community. Recently, I've spent a lot of money helping people with utility bills, which I thought would be some questions you would ask. Because in my campaign, people are telling me about the utility problem that we're having in the city of Alexandria with no help, no plans on it. As a mayor of Alexandria, as a business-minded person that is linked and connected with corporate America, I've had people in Washington, D.C. being from New Orleans, and Richland, that are my friends. We have money in places to help in situations if we just put plans in place. As a mayor, as a leader of your city, this planning will take place. People will get help. Homes will come down and new subdivisions will go up. The city of Alexandria will become the hope, the light in the future that everybody looks at.
Okay, all right, thank you. Mr. Hayes, same question. Why do you feel that you're the best person for this position?
I think I'm the best person for this position because I'm an emotional, intelligent person. My background in psych, my master's being in psych, me being a counselor, me being a communicator, means that I'm actually going to listen to you. Like every citizen out there, I'm going to listen to you. As a young man, I understand that I do not know everything. I just don't. So my goal was to bridge the gap in communication between our elders and our youth. I wanted to be that person that can communicate with the youth who are extremely intelligent and know what's going on in the streets, and actually communicate that to our elders so that they may advise us and show us the way that we can all better communicate. So this election, November the 8th, is serious. And it provides an opportunity for you guys to have a new voice, a new vision, someone that's going to be objective, someone that's going to have a youth perspective and going to listen to you guys, the citizens.
Okay, you have 1 minute for closing remarks.
My name is Harry Hayes, number 77 on your ballot. I'm a mental health professional, which means you trust me to counsel your kids. I'm a teacher, which means you trust me in the classroom to educate your kids. And I'm also a mentor, which means you trust me to actually help lead your kids in the right direction whenever they're having behavioral issues. Why I jumped in this race was because we needed someone to be the voice for the would have remained the way they were. With the original guys that we would have as candidates, it would have been a Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton type of situation. Me jumping in gives you guys a fresh choice and an opportunity so that we can actually have someone that's going to speak up for Alexandria with the best interest of the people in heart. My experience, my leadership, and my heart goes out to Alexandria, and I truly love this city.
Okay, thank you. Mayor Hall, same question. Why do you feel that you're the best person for this position?
Mainly because I'm currently doing the job. When I signed up for the job and said I wanted to run, I said leadership was that needed to be prepared to transition. Little did I know that the pandemic was coming. And I gotta tell you, when we started out in 2018, it's a different world, it's a different management requirement, it's a different workforce that we're dealing with now. I've done the job, I've got the right team around me, we've been active in doing whatever has been thrown at us and do it successfully. And I have not lied to the public about what we're doing, where we were going, and what our needs were. And the employees have locked on, engaged, and we've weathered these storms. And I put efforts on storms, without a doubt. So without a doubt, I feel like I need another 4 years to finish this fight. Not a fight against people, but a fight against the barriers, a fight against the adversities that's against us, but a fight in this new normal that we're in. And it is new, and we feel like we're doing things the right way and moving in the right direction. And I feel like I'd like to go back in for another 4 years to finish this project that we started.
Okay, you have 1 minute for closing remarks.
Closing remarks is, I enjoy the job that we're doing. Even though I'm retired several times, I enjoy this job. I enjoy the people that I get a chance to work with, especially the employees, because they are unique. It's a 1,000 employees operation. It is not a small operation. It is not a learning ground for anybody. You need to bring something to the table and be prepared to have people follow you. And they've got to trust you and know that you do what you do and do it well. And we feel like we've proven that, and we want to continue doing that. And we see great opportunities with the infrastructure that we have. Yes, we have infrastructure challenges with the city of Alexandria. We feel that we're the best person. I have the best team there to take us where we need to be as we move forward in this new world of municipal government that we're in. And lastly, but not least, I enjoy being a citizen from Alexandria and having the opportunity to be the first African-American mayor elected in the city of Alexandria. It's an awesome challenge to do right for everybody.
All right, let's give all of these candidates a applause. Once again, let's give all these candidates that have come out another round of applause. First of all, I just want to say again, a big thanks to the True Vine Missionary Baptist Church for letting us use this facility, amen, on this week. It's been possible without the facility. I also want to thank, first of all, let me start by doing this. I want all of my Alpha brothers to come up to the podium with me. I just want to make sure that y'all know this is not a one-man show. This wasn't a one-man doing. It took this whole fraternity. I just want you to look at the brothers who helped out in making all of this possible, by giving the candidates a platform and a presentation to show what they want to do for their community and their state. So once again, we give these brothers a round of applause. As I said, we have our program of Voteless Peoples of Hopeless People. We hope this program has educated, informed, and encouraged you to get out and vote, as well as encourage those who are not registered to vote. Register to vote is October 18th. That's the last day for online voting. And also as well, early voting starts on October 25th through November 1st. So please, if you are not registered to vote, please go out and vote. The voter registration steps are go to www.govote.com. From the menu, you will select elections and voting, choose to register to vote for the selected menu, read the requirements that you must have to register to vote, and you will look at the 5 bullet points that they have online. As I said, I just want to say again, thank you to all who have came out tonight and was express this platform that we have given these candidates to show what they want to do. At this time, I want to actually going to give the mic to our head chairman, Mr. Brother Jeffrey Franklin. Do you have any words you'd like to express?
You said it all. Thank you, everybody. God bless you.
All right. At this time, we're going to have a closing prayer by our brother Joseph Martin.
Let us pray. Lord God, our Heavenly Father, we thank you once again for allowing us to come together and to hear what these candidates have to say. And now, Lord, they have provided us with the information. And now it's upon us, Lord, to go back and synthesize the information that has been provided to us. And then, Lord, make a choice. But I always say that this government is upon your shoulder. You said that this government is on your shoulders, so I know that you're going to make sure that the right person gets the job. We thank you and we praise you. And as we leave here on tonight, I pray travel graces over everyone that's here. Give them grace to get back to their homes where they are loved. And we just want to say thank you. Thank the brothers from Alpha. We thank the brothers from Alpha. And we thank the brothers from Alpha. For it is in Jesus' name we do pray. Amen. Amen.
Thank y'all. Have a safe drive.